Hi, I'm 𝗵𝗲𝗀𝗄's avatar, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to our 5-week mini-series AI Sparks and Speaks. Over the next few sessions, we're going to dive into a variety of new AI tools designed to enhance business, events, productivity, creativity, and so much more. This is your golden opportunity to learn, share, and ignite discussions in a relaxed, no-pressure setting. And just to set the record straight, it's not me, your friendly AI, hosting these events. You'll have Anka herself in flesh and bone guiding you through. But before I pass the mic over to her, I have a small favor to ask. Please click on the link in the comments or chat area to vote for the AI tools you're most excited to learn about in our upcoming sessions. Your insights will light the way for our journey, your spotlight, your voice. Join us on this adventure at AI Sparks and Speaks, a place where your curiosity sparks our conversations. See you there.
Well, hello, friends. Welcome to the second episode of AI Sparks and Speaks, our weekly live stream for 5 weeks. Mark Wednesday at noon, if you're Eastern time, for our weekly episodes. And what we want to do during those episodes, which shouldn't last more than 35 minutes, crossing fingers, we want to dive into some new AI tools and processes so that we can learn more, share more, ignite conversations, and just make the best use of those AI tools that are obviously coming up every single day. I feel like there's a new one. So while I love talking to myself, actually, I don't. I would love to have some of you participate in this conversation as well. And for that, I have a poll. You probably already saw the link in the comments and the QR code. And that is something that I would like for you to engage with, because that will give me an idea of what do you want to talk about next week. Now, we had a poll last week, and based on that, I decided that I'm going to talk about 3 tools. We'll see actually how much we cover from all 3 of them. If not, we're going to come back to them next week. But before we do all of that, a quick recap. So make sure that you follow that link in the chat. Well, if you're in the chat, I also want to hear where you're tuning in from. I want to see some movement in there, and I'm going to keep an eye on that chat. I want to just in advance, lead with a disclaimer. I am very, very tired today. I got back from Arizona from an amazing experience, health and wellness experience that was organized by 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗋, and I got home really, really late, and I'm feeling it today. So bear with me. Hopefully, I'll gather enough energy to stay active and full of passion like I normally am, but really, I'm tired. So really quick, what did we do last week? Last week, we highlighted not 1, not 2, but 3 GPT agents. And each was highlighted and was supposed to be tailored. And let me make sure that I put this on the screen so you have that view. Okay. So each was tailored to a different facet of our lives. EventGPT, Copilot for everything events and marketing. That is That's the first actually custom GPT that I use myself. Then we have the AV production GPT for everything AV, AI, and event production, and wellness at events GPT on how to integrate wellness into corporate events. And we saw how each of these tools can transform each one of those respective fields, making your searches easier and more efficient. Today, what I want to do today is we are going to take it up a notch, and I want to explore a couple of Chrome extensions, and then also an AI tool that it's not necessarily a Chrome extension. I guess it could be Max AI. I use that a lot for LinkedIn. It's a Chrome extension that helps you do more, faster, accelerate, and not just your social media responses and drafts, but also your email drafts, kind of like 10 times in one click. And it is true. Okay. I am really a big fan of LinkedIn, and I want to participate, but sometimes I don't always feel inspired to create those very thoughtful, lengthy responses. So that's where I use Max AI, great tool for that. And obviously I can still edit the answer and make sure that it sounds like me and all that. Julius AI is a new type of analyzing tool used a lot for optimizing data, analyzing your data with computational AI, they say. So you get to actually use it to chat with your files, especially if you have spreadsheets that are full of data and you want a little bit of an extra level insight in seconds. That's what you would use Julius AI for. And I use that, and we'll see a case study how I use that. Then we have Bardeen, and Bardeen is a little bit like Zapier. I like it a little bit more just because it has more playbooks, more automations, and it's a great workflow automation that is also made simple. And they also have this proactive automation platform that empowers you to discover, set up, run workflows that can really put you in the autopilot mode. Not that you would want to be autopilot all the time, but you would want to have some automations in place, especially if you find yourself doing things the same way again and again. And if you could save some time, those tools are really game changers for anyone looking to leverage them for business, for marketing, networking, personal branding, you name it. So we'll cover how each one of those tools works, the benefits, practical tips for integrating them into your workflow, and see how far we get, because obviously I'm on also a timer here. Before I go any further, if you don't know me, my name is 𝗵𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀. I am coming to you live from Boise. I was in Arizona until midnight last night. So this is fun, starting a stream early in the morning after a long out-of-town trip. I lead the charge at 𝗘𝗽𝗏 Events here. We're all about blending the latest in event technology and AI and create unforgettable experiences. But also I'm very much passionate about processes and how do we run businesses. As someone who's deeply entrenched in the world of AV, AI, I also get to advise businesses on AI integration, to run practical AI workshops, and how to do that best. And I also host in-depth conversations on AI on the Events Demystified podcast. If you haven't checked that out, make sure that you do. Right now, it's running the Evolution of AI, which is a continuation to our past season, and that was Eventful AI. So those are great tools to just dive into if you're new at this topic or you're new into this new AI universe. But enough about the tech. I'm also a fitness enthusiast, a natural bodybuilding competitor. Actually, that was the reason why I was at the SMART meetings, health and wellness experience at this past week and weekend. I led a Fit for Events, which is the framework that leads all my social media interactions, my posts, all the things that I do fall under that framework. And I'm also a mom. I have two amazing kids. They're at school right now, which is great because I can focus on this. And I really believe in pushing boundaries, not just in my personal life, but also in business and technology and everything that we do. And with that, I'm going to go back to this QR code. Don't forget to use that QR code, the link in the chat as well. And I can tell right now if we had any votes because I have a screen that's open on it. Okay, so I see that there's people that are interested in maybe next week to cover the script AI, repurposing content, text to video, text to image. Oh, this is great because we can definitely have a session on AI for creativity all day long. I actually love when I get to share some of the workflows in that area of what I do, because I also run a podcast. I produce several other podcasts, and using AI for a lot of repurposing of the content is amazing. All right, one other thing that I want to touch on, let's go here, full screen, so you have it. I wanted to include this session with section within the within each one of those segments, and it's called AI News this week. Because here's a piece of AI news. OpenAI is gearing up for the potential release of its next generation model, GPT-5, possibly as early as this summer, which is making it a very significant advancement over the current ChatGPT powered by GPT-4. Now, if you have not used GPT-4 yet and you're still in GPT 3.5, maybe it'd be nice to, get your toes in the water a little bit, which is something that actually I wanted to make a note. Disclaimer. If you want to use any custom GPTs, you do have to have ChatGPT 4. So you have to pay for the Pro premium version of ChatGPT. Now, Business Insider reports that this highly anticipated LLM is already impressing game enterprise customers, with its capabilities being described as materially better than its predecessor. However, its launch hinges on successful red teaming to address any ethical and safety issues, and the anticipation for this GPT-5 obviously adds a lot of Gen AI excitement, with major tech giants like Google, Microsoft, Meta, and Apple all developing their own AI tools. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has set high expectations for this new GPT, suggesting a substantial improvement over the last one, over GPT-4, which aligns with OpenAI vision of continuously advancing AI technology, or maybe just, harvesting all of the information and the content that we feed it on a daily. The next segment I want to touch on is AI glossary, because it's important to me that we all speak the same language. Well, I do speak with an accent, but let's take a minute and dive into a glossary of terms related to AI. And we covered several last week. So if you want to go into the previous episode, you can definitely do so. Today, I want to cover RL, which is reinforcement learning, a type of machine learning where an algorithm learns to make decisions by performing actions in an environment and receiving feedback in the form of rewards or penalties. It's key in training models to optimize behavior and solve complex problems autonomously. CV is computer vision, and that is something that ChatGPT 4 introduced a little while ago. It's an AI field that enables computers to read and understand visual information from the world, converting images and videos into meaningful data. This was fantastic when it first came out. I actually started using it right away, and it can be used in so many various applications like object detection, and obviously there's more heavier applications like facial recognition, autonomous vehicles. But what I use it the most is to really translate text from an image or from a screenshot. And it's amazing, because before I had to actually do it by hand. And the next term we're going to cover today is transformer models. You probably have heard this. It's a breakthrough architecture in deep learning that has improved the performance of natural language processing tasks, NLP. We covered what that means last week. And they process data in parallel, allowing for a more efficient learning and ability to handle long-range dependencies in text. Transformers are the foundations of models like GPT, BERT, and it's really changing text generation and understanding. All right, those are the 3 terms I wanted to cover today. And now let's get into our tools. Because now that we're on the same page, I feel like we can actually dive into what's coming next. And I'm going to start with Max.AI just because I'm feeling a little behind with all the responses to the post while I was gone. And we'll do a quick catch up with Max.AI while also demoing what it can do for you. Then we'll look at Julius AI and see what it can be used. I'll analyze a spreadsheet with a lot of data. And then if we still have time, we'll touch Bardeen playbooks. If we don't have time today, I will come back to Bardeen next week. And we will make sure that you get the behind the scenes view on that as well. Again, one more time, putting this slide out there. I have the link in the comments. Make sure that you engage with that. And while you do that, okay, I will change my view here to get us going with our demo. And I'll play a little bit of music because I need a minute to just get things started on this end. All right. I love how my face was on the screen the whole time. So now that I changed my my screens here, what you're looking at is actually the responses from last week's poll, and they had a bit of Midjourney, Dolly, ideogram. We can make that another topic for another week. Also, how to create AI avatars. Oh, that's great. We'll do that another time. Again, I'm speccing what's here because based on this, I will create the content for our next episodes. So that's that. And then I guess this is the one that came in. And then we talked about Max.AI. So really quick, the down and dirty on Max.AI. And let's see if I can put myself on the screen here. There you go. You can use it for free. You can also pay for it. And then you can use it as an a lit, which is not a bad idea. It's, again, a Chrome extension. So before you even get started, ideally, you would want to set up that Chrome extension. And if you don't use Chrome, you would need to. And right now I have several Chrome extensions, and Max.AI is one of them. Once you install it, it gives you this side. Oh, I'm not even logged in. Maybe you should log me in. It's a side menu that then you can use. And then another cool thing about Max.AI is the one-click prompt. It has quite a gallery of those, and you can use them across a lot of other means, like, you know, not just Gmail, Outlook, but LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, where you hang these days. And then what I'm also excited about is that it has those prompts that you can create yourself. I guess they even run an Easter sale right now, so take advantage of that if you want to. And then you can have your own prompts that you can create, like my own, are here listed. And I guess I don't want them public, but I have several that I use, and you can add to those. Okay, so that's kind of the overview. And I guess this is where my own prompts are. One that I use a lot is taking the intake form from a Google Sheet into ChatGPT or into Max AI, and creating an introduction and some kind of a script for the recording that I'm scheduling, next. So that's the overview here. Again, it can be used for free, or you can pay $12 for the Pro, or $18 if you're on the annual plan. So let's see, how would I use this right now? So I was gonna open this is the scraper. Okay, that's another one. So I was gonna go to a LinkedIn post and see. Oh yeah, let's take this one and respond. All right, so again, this is the post from Smart Meetings, highlighting some of the experiences that we had. That is me over there doing push-ups, of course. I'm known for that. And let's say we want to respond to Janice. Hi, Janice. And if I was feeling lazy and I didn't want to actually say something really nice, I would just go and say love. And what that does, it creates this response to Janice, and you literally just copy and paste, and here you have it. Now, what about Christine? Now, I don't really know her personally. Maybe I met her in person. I'm sorry, Christine, if I don't recall our interaction, but I want to maybe say something like, respond to her, because she really digged into this experience, and it sounds like she took a lot out of it, which is great, because that's what we want. It was fantastic, by the way. My cup is filled. So maybe I don't want to use some of those emojis, but it's really nice to be able to just do something like this and use Max AI to support that. Now, there's many other ways in which you can use Max AI. This is the easiest way you can integrate it. It can do so much more than that. It's an AI chat, it's an AI rewriter, it's an AI quick replay like this one. It's a AI summary, search, art, translator. I mean, it has a lot of things that it does. Let's say that if we wanted to go here, and this is Andrew's happy birthday, Andrew, happy belated birthday. And you wanted to reply with some key points. Say, Andrew has a nice post about his birthday, and you want to reply with some key points. And what Max AI is going to do is going to generate, based on the author's post, some key points. Now, also check out what some of those GPTs are. So if you have access to the 4.1, you can definitely use that one, or you can just use, again, the free one, which is 3.5. So let's see what it does if we respond with key points. And this is probably where it's going to go more in depth and, take some of the content that was shared in the post and included in the response. And I wasn't feeling that inspiring yesterday, but I just said happy birthday to the best dressed event professional, because it's true. But if you really want to, write a thoughtful response, and you maybe are out of inspiration, Max AI can really help you do that. So that's Max AI. I won't be going into all the other things today. Just know that it has so much more. It can improve writing. It can, especially in the email, say you have an email and you want to make longer, shorter, change tone. This reminds me of Notion. Notion does a lot of this as well. Can even simplify language. And all of it, what's cool about it is going to be done on the post right then and there. So like you can move in between many posts, and you don't have to, oh, here's a post from Janice. Like we can say something really nice here based on what she wrote. And if you know Janice, she's going to write a very, very long post. So let's say if we try to use this to maybe summarize. Let's see what's happening here with summarize. Okay, so I don't want to summarize the page. Sounds like you just took the LinkedIn page and it wants to summarize it. I want to summarize what Janice is saying. So sorry, Janice, but sometimes we really need to do that. And I love how it breaks it down in bullet points. So even if you wanted to rewrite your content in an easier format to actually be able to read it, this is a great way to do that. But I feel like it's reading something about NVIDIA right now. It's not doing the summary of this. So in that case, I'll go and be like, okay, this is not what I'm hoping to get from you. So I'll go and I have to dive into this to see why is this doing the NVIDIA. It's maybe because I talked about it, or where is it going from? Also, I didn't read Genesis. Oh yeah, she's talking about NVIDIA. Yeah. See what I mean? Like if you don't read this long of a post and you need a summary, maybe, and you can even ask it to make it more concise, right? Anyway, I feel like I spent enough time here. Let's go really quick on Julius, and probably I'm going to go over time. If you're okay with that, and if you don't hate me for it, let's see, I have no comments here. Okay. Just know that you can always pause. You can always come back to it. I'll make sure that this is available for later. All right, so Julius AI pricing really quick for anyone that's interested to use it on a monthly billing is $20, $45, or $60. It's a little pricey if you ask me, but if you do have the need to analyze a lot of data and you need a lot of computational power, and you want to chat with your files and create graphs and data visualization and ask for insights and advanced analysis and problem solve, scan and solve kind of situation for math, physics, chemistry. I was not great at chemistry. I hated chemistry. I wish I had this tool back then. Generate reports and summaries, all of that. This might be the tool for you. Now, in my example here, what I was going to do is I was going to upload one of my files, and we're going to go in like a, sort of like step by step. And let's see if I can get this file to open. I'm also running a lot of content right now. So I downloaded something. Okay, there you go. So what this is it's a long spreadsheet that, okay, so it's kind of asking me like, can you please structure it in an AI-friendly format? It does help to have it structured, and they give you some insights on how to do that. But here's my, here's the file, and I see only optional, click on columns to focus on specific data. We will ask it for specific data. This spreadsheet has over 300 rows, so I'm not quite sure why right now I only see 19. But let's go step by step and see what we can get. Because, for instance, what I want to glean from this spreadsheet is I want to know the number of listeners based on which episode topic they enjoyed the most. So let's say that I'm going to take this prompt right now, and I'm going to ask it based on what we inputted and see what we get. Again, this is my first time playing with it on this spreadsheet, so I have no idea what I'm going to get. We're going to have to find out. The next thing that you can do, for example, is you can take a deeper look inside this specific category where you might want to find, okay, I want to know. So let's see what it gave us. Oh, wow, it's definitely going through its Python language reading. I kind of like that. It's like it feels like you are solving some CSI files crime over there. But it's working on it. We'll see what it came up with. Again, I feel like what it got out of this is not all the data. Because if I look at my spreadsheet, I know for sure that the spreadsheet has about 300 something. So it has something here you can download. You can see that like 80, maybe they do a summary. So 80 listeners, they want to listen more event planning and management tips type of content and focus content. 70 feels like want to discuss mental and physical fitness. Then others want to do deep dives into AV and technology, interviews with industry experts, and AV production tips and tricks. It's funny because the podcast actually has started as a AV production tips and tricks podcast, but obviously as I was diversifying the topics, there's listeners that are more interested in those topics now. So that's why you might hear a lot of AI, a lot of mental and physical fitness topics on the podcast in season 7 and 8 versus what season 1 and 2 was, for example. All right, so let's go and look inside this category. And out of all of these people, I want to know, where do they find those episodes when they air out? Like, what is their source of truth? Where do they go? So it's going to go back to the file. It's going to try to read it and see, based on what the spreadsheet contains, I'm assuming it's going to give me a breakdown. Okay, so looks like out of all of those, whatever, how many they were, 36 were coming from social media, 35 from the Spotify podcast app, 9 from the monthly newsletter, 8 from LinkedIn pages. All right, so now what I want to learn is, what would they like to maybe hear more of, like in future episodes? So this is relevant, especially as I'm planning new interviews and new topics of conversation. And I like to make sure that I am aligned with what listeners want to hear. So we're going to look at this and see, what do we get from that? What can we glean from it? And again, you can go as far and as deep as you need to extract the type of information that you're interested in. This is kind of fun for me because I'm doing this with this tool for the first time. And oh, I love the breakdown. Like, that spreadsheet would have done nothing for me. It's like, I don't know. I need to grab some water. Okay, so it sounds like people want small activities. What do you mean? You want push-ups? I can definitely deliver those. Maybe, some of those AI workshops, small conversations, introducing more professional content. I'm thinking that has to do with AV AI, including expectations. I have no idea what that means. Value, expertise. I'll have to dive deeper into this data. What I want to know is, those people that have had some answers, like, how often do they listen to the podcast? Do they even know what the podcast is about? Because that also matters when I want to make an informed decision. Like, if I'm going to dive into a topic, say adding small activities, I want to know that it has some weight, and it's because you have listened to the podcast for long enough to know that might or might not fall within our purview of topics. So let's see, we got a okay, so most episodes 140. Every episode is about 100 of them. Occasionally, I suppose it's closer to 80. I don't know. And then this is my first time, and there's a few that, first timers that probably don't even know what to expect from it. And then I want to know also, in this particular category, those listeners, how long they've been listening to. I guess my previous question was more like how often they listen to. Correction. So yes, they listen every episode, but how long have they listened to every episode? This podcast has been going for 5 years. Ooh, what is that? That looks like a red code. I don't know. I guess we got an error, but we are back on the right track. Let's see what we got here. And this will conclude this summary of what Julius AI can do for you. Again, I would take it to your own case study and play with it and see how you can apply it to your own example situation. But it's fascinating to see Julius's ability to understand natural language commands in a simple conversational matter. And it can make some complex data analytics. I didn't even go complex, it can make it accessible to anyone. And that, to me, eliminates the need for advanced technical knowledge or expertise if you were not a math whiz in school or something, or you skipped the science classes because you're more interested in art. So sounds like here we have 6 months to a year, we have over a year, and then less than a month. So it's a good idea. It's a good idea to, revisit some of this. I will go back to this and do a diver deep into what specifically I want to learn. So it sounds like 𝗵𝗲 might not be something that we covered today. I have quite a few playbooks that I want to run with 𝗵𝗲. And they are especially helpful for LinkedIn. A lot of my playbooks, and this I'm just going to give you a bit of a sneak peek into next week's highlight, and that's going to be 𝗵𝗲, and then we'll see what else we cover based on the poll. But for example, several use cases for 𝗵𝗲 automations. I will show you how to generate outreach emails for, say, a specific LinkedIn profile or contact. Then we're going to scrape LinkedIn for comments, get email addresses, add it to a Google document, and then you can follow up with that from there. And there's different integrations that are necessary for each one of those playbooks, and we can go over that next week. And then also another cool one is save LinkedIn post summaries from search to Google Sheets, and then you can go back to that. And you can do a lot of stuff with LinkedIn, with your project management or CRM, with Google Sheets, even integrations. And all of that will be covered next week, because today we're running out of time and I don't want to stay longer than, say, 45 minutes tops. And while I change my screen over here, I am going to have you jump on that QR code and on that poll and vote, because if you want to take something that's for you, then you should have a say in that. All right, so let's do that. And while I do it, I'll come back to this. All right, I am back here. The Slido is on the screen still for anyone that didn't catch it. And as we come to a close for today, I just want to highlight a couple of the AI workshops and masterclasses and bootcamps that I'm doing. And one is coming up this week, March 29th. I guess that's in 2 days. I think we have a couple of more, maybe 2 more spots left. And again, this is a small class. I only opened so many spots for each class, just so that we have time to dive deep into each person's specific need and situation, and then build a workflow for them. So this is more for business, is related to AI tools, system processes, and integrations for a seamless implementation. And I'll guide you through every step of your AI journey with a clear roadmap for how you can use AI in your own business. And then if you're gonna miss that one, because again, it's coming up in 2 days, there's another one specifically for events. It's a lighter version of the bootcamp of the masterclass. It's also a steal as far as pricing goes. And the date for this one is April 19. The course goes beyond just ChatGPT kind of tools. It's a practical dive into using some AI new tools that you maybe haven't even heard about to transform how you plan, market, execute events, and is very much geared towards event organizers, meeting planners, and industry professionals eager to integrate AI into their event planning, event marketing, and events in general. And if you're not sure which one is best for you, I would recommend that you get in touch with me. And you can do that either on my profile, DM me, or on the website at Tiffany Events. Or I'm even going to do you a favor and put a link to my calendar right here in the chat, so you can do that. And LinkedIn is obviously a good place to connect with me. QR code on the screen, or just search by my name, and I'm sure you'll find me. And then lastly but not least, this is the QR code for some of the AI resources that I have worked on for the last year. And it's not just the ones that we cover during the this mini series, but it's also a advanced prompting workshop that you can have access to, and only the people that actually are listening in here today are able to take advantage of that, just because I don't post this publicly. Also, there is AI tools that I update on the website under AI tools on a weekly basis, and with that, I want to thank you for joining me for yet another AI Sparks and Speaks. I would love to see, let me go back to that Slido and see what we got. I'm going to have to refresh the screen here to see what we got as far as voting goes, because I would love to hear from you what you want to learn more. Now, I know for sure that I will be covering Bardeen next week. So if that's something that you're interested, based on the sneak peek that I gave you, do come back. I'll also probably go over Notion AI, and we'll see if we also get to cover one more tool, and that is where you come into play to make sure that you have a say on what tool that might be. And with that, I am done for today. I hope that you enjoyed. If you didn't grasp all the information shared, come back and listen or watch the replay. And with that, I am wishing you a wonderful rest of your, I think it's Wednesday. I woke up this morning not knowing what day it is, and my kids had to remind me that's Wednesday. So yeah, that was fun. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next week at the same time.